But see, everybody hollering about Conrad Murray. Michael was not paying Conrad Murray to do these things. There's other people that's involved. Conrad Murray just a fall guy. I'm after justice and I have to get all the guys that was treating Michael wrong. And it was more than just Conrad Murray.
The album's #1 all over the world. All over the world. America's the only one because, I don't want to say too much.
But it's not #1 in the United States.
It's conspiracy, yeah. I don't want to say too much. I'm done. I don't want to.
And I said, oh my, geez, I wonder who's next, because it always happens in threes. People controlled him. They controlled him, they did what they wanted, and it was very difficult for him to say no, no, no.
You must have seen this happening. Was there anything that you could do or say to Michael to change that situation?
It's very, very difficult, because in situations such as that one, we've tried so many times to intervene. And it's not always that easy, because they keep everybody at bay. They keep everyone away, actually. Everyone.
How did they do that?
By controlling. And I know, because I have been in a controlling and abusive relationship, but by controlling him, controlling his thoughts, control what he does, not letting any, giving orders, not letting anyone through the gates, not letting anyone near security, things of that nature. And this way they have him and they control whatever he does. The phones, no phones in the house.
You suspect foul play.
Do you think it's murder?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I said it in the beginning, and I believe it to this day.
They murdered my brother, and they know who they are. It's not just Dr. Murray, I promise you that. It's more people involved, and they know exactly who they are, and I'm going to let you guys know exactly what's happening and what's going on. It's more than just Dr. Murray that's involved in this.
Will justice be served?
The doctor that you're looking at, the doctor that you see there, was the fall guy. That's what he was. He was the fall guy.
And so there are people in the background?
There are people in the
pulling
background.
strings?
Yes, absolutely. You must remember, Michael told me repeatedly that they were going to kill him, that he was going to die. And he would say that. And when I heard my mother scream, "He's dead," immediately I said, who did it? I didn't say what for, what of, what happened, who did it? Because he repeatedly said that.
And who did it?
Michael told me before he passed, he told me that he was afraid that he was going to die. He was going to be murdered, he said.
He thought he would be murdered?
Oh yeah, he did. He said that to me. So, homicide's a murder as far as I'm concerned, but the problem is that who did it? Who actually did it? Who manipulated this?
It might not be just one person, you're saying.
It's not one person, no.
His father died. He testified that the King of Pop was excited about the comeback tour, but in the weeks leading up to his death, he became really, really skinny, and his body temp would go up and down. Prince said his father would cry after phone calls, saying, quote, "They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me."
But I understand in 2005 you were with him and actually took him to a hospital at one point, correct?
Yes, that's right. That was the last week of the trial. And when I got a call from Joe and a message from his mother that I needed to come out and just take a look at him because they was worried about his demeanor. When I get there, I go to the trial. From there, we go back to Netherlands. And he asked me to come upstairs, and he grabbed me and started crying, said, "Please don't leave me. They're trying to kill me." And I said, "When's the last time you ate?" He said, "No, they'll poison me." I said, "Well, when's the last time you drank water?" And so one thing led to another. So I have a friend of mine that has this huge machine in L.A., Global Cardia Care. I said, if you can bring this machine down, Michael's agreed to get on it. And they clamp you and they squeeze you, and it'll print out everything in your body. And the only thing that it printed out was he was extremely dehydrated. Nothing wrong with his heart, nothing wrong with his lungs. And so the next day after we left court, I said, I need to take you to a hospital. He said, no, they'll kill me. And I said, well, let's do this. Let's let nobody know where we're going. Let me drive you up to San Francisco to a hospital that don't even know we coming. He agreed to that. And then I said, look, 20 miles away from here, let's go to one of these hospitals. And we went to a hospital, and they examined him, and at 5:30, or a little bit before 6, they started intravenously putting liquid in him. At 6 o'clock the next morning, they were still putting water in him. And the doctor said to me, had he waited 12 more hours, he would have been dead.
What's wrong, Michael?
I don't know if I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people that want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore.
I don't understand. What do you mean? Talk to me.
I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, they could shoot me. They could stab me. They could frame me and say I overdosed you with drugs. They can do a lot of things.
Who could do these things?
It's not the government. It's more than the government. But I don't know, Tita. I don't care. They can kill me. I don't even care my life anymore. I just want my children to be okay. My angels. I want them to be safe.
Michael.
I gotta go.
And she can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. I can sing notes and sing strong and do all these things that when I'm just by myself, I can't do. And I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me, and I knew that was going to be my coming out night for the BET Awards.
As a longtime real estate executive for Cushman & Wakefield, Glenn had the foresight years ago to know what Brooklyn could become, and he played an important role in the renaissance of our thriving world.
I was going to sleep about 2 weeks ago. I had just gotten off the phone, and as soon as I closed my eyes, I heard this really loud rumble right above my head. When I opened my eyes, it stopped immediately. But when I closed my eyes, it started again with whispers. Every time I closed my eyes, I started seeing these really disturbing images with, like, red shapes. Then I opened my eyes and got back on the phone and was like, I'm really scared and I don't want to go to bed tonight. And then I scooched over to the left side of my bed because that's where the best service is in my room. And there was this massive black matter. I don't know what it was. It was like a cloud of something black right next to me. I started crying. I was on the phone like, what do I do? What do I do? And they said, tell it to F off. I thought, I'm not going to do that. It's going to get upset. So I'm just going to chill out and not feed it anything because all it wants is fear. It feeds on fear. I watched it move into the front of my bed, and then I fell asleep on the phone. I woke up and it was gone.
I gave into the fire. I know I should have fought it. At least I'm being honest. I know that this is my fault. I should have been more careful.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space.